Hey, energy party people. It's that time again. It's Monday, so it's time for Magic Mondays. Forgot to get out my smudge so we can clear the space to create some magic today. So let's get that going, and then I will play my beautiful theme song, care of Artica Productions. Here we go. Here we go. Like for reals, here we go.
You are magic, magic. We are magic. Magic Mondays with Colleen.
Okay, putting away the smudge stuff. So, welcome to another week. I hope your first week of the new year has been fabulous. For me personally, there's been magic in the air. Last year was kind of, well, it was a mixed bag like they all are, but last year was a little rough, but this year is off to a lovely start, at least for myself. I hope for you too. Um, excuse me, one moment. Okay. So what do I want to share first? I have several things to share. Um, the first thing I guess would be, well, let's just mention our sponsor for this week and look at this amazingness. Yeah, not to brag, but look what I just discovered I can do on StreamYard. This is my sponsor for today. They are Stands to Reason, and they are for all things where you're standing up and doing something. So we've got your pulpits, they got your dioceses, and they've got your easels, they got your lecterns, and all things standing and doing something. So that being said, mention Magic Mondays for a free padded mat to stand on. That's right. Let's save our feet too. So that's Stands for Reason. Okay. So, all right, stop the ticker. Okay. What did I want to share this week? Well, let's just get the book update out of the way. Oh, one second. Once again, let's get the book stuff out of the way.
Drink.
Yeah. So,
Drink.
oh shit.
Drink.
Stop.
Drink.
Okay, good. The track was on loop. Let's get out my Colleen's philometer about my book, and yeah, this is how I'm feeling about my book this week. Yeah, I should be turning it back into my editor for, God willing, the final round or almost final round. Perhaps it's just the penultimate round. Um, and if you're not familiar with the word penultimate, I always thought I knew what that meant. I always thought it's not just the ultimate, it's like the ultra ultimate, but no, it's the second to the last is what it means. Okay. I was a little late to the party on that one. Yeah, so I'm sending my baby to the editor sometime this week. I'm just going to probably read it one more time to see if there's anything else I want to change before I send it to Julie. So that's lovely. I'm juggling a whole bunch of things at the moment and having to do a lot of deep breathing. And quite frankly, I know this to be true. It's just a matter of getting it out to people. But I know there's so much magic available in my book. And for those who are ready for stepping into their personal magic, and you may not even realize that that's for you. But if you're a sensitive, like a real sensitive person, and you probably have all kinds of gifts that you don't even talk about because people are going to think you're crazy, this book is for you. Yeah. So that being said, oh,
Drink.
yeah. Book update. Yeah, things are going well. I'm excited about it, but I'm also, as I've mentioned last week, Dave and I are getting involved in something else, another venture, and I can't talk about it yet, but I'm very excited about it, and I have to keep reminding myself, "Oh, yeah, get the book done, drink." Yeah. Oh, we have a few viewers, so let's get to some personal theme songs. So we're going to start with Hey Karen Hey, and I'm scrolling slowly so as to not make my eyes crazy. Here is your personal theme song.
Karen, 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 I'm Karen that you're here. Hey!
Hey! Oh, and we have the a love the a lovely the lovely Yvonne is here as well. Hey Yvonne, hey.
Yvonne is in the house. Check her out.
Yes, check her out. She's amazing. Okay, so I think that's all I had to say about my but I'm still shooting for its release mid April if that works out. I'm getting a session, an astrology session from the lovely Mimi. And you might recognize Mimi from her theme song. We'll just do a little clip of it. Me, 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 me. I love you, 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 you. Anyway, hey Mimi, hey. Um, yeah, so I think that's all I have to say about that. Okay. And if you're just tuning in, let me reintroduce today's sponsor. We'll just keep that going for a while, that little ticker across the screen. Yeah. So, oh, and this week I heard something from a client slash friend that I thought was just really great. And she said, so she came over recently because she purchased a pendulum. I have just a few left, and there's only two. Two. Wow, so counterintuitive. Everything's turned around. Yeah, I only have two of them left, and I'm thinking I might just keep those forever. I don't actively try to sell my pendulums, and they're pricey. I get it, but they're quite magical. And if you're ever interested, send me a note, and we can talk about it. But she came over and she picked the one that I just knew she wasn't going to pick, and that's the one she wanted, and she bonded with, and that's the one she took. Anyway, but she spent some time at our house, and a few days later, she told me that, well, so our house's name is Javier, um, and her house's name is Charlotte. And she said she loved the energy of our house so much that if houses could date, she wishes Javier and Charlotte could get together. I think that's really awesome. Ooh, that sounds like a lucrative business. Like get your houses teamed up and then they can create little houses. That's right. Okay. Yeah, that sounds realistic. So shout out to her. Yeah. So let's go ahead and I'm feeling like let's play a theme song for the theme song list real quick if I can find it. Doo, 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 doo. I know it's here somewhere. Oh, I thought I put it on there. Oh well, forget it. If your theme song list, you're gonna have to just live with that for now. Okay, we have some messages. So, well, first of all, "Hey," Coop says, "Hey everybody," or "Hi everybody," excuse me, I was misquoting you. And yay, Art and or Erica are here. So let's go ahead and play their what's that fabulous theme song. So as soon as I find their fabulous theme song, okay, here it is. Here you go. Here you go.
Art and Erica, Erica and Art. Thank you for joining us, doing your part. Yeah!
Yeah. Okay. All right. So last week I was talking about instead of doing New Year's resolutions, I've been playing with the idea of, as I have cleverly come up with, happily ever before TM. So feeling my way into what I want to create or what I'm moving into in my life. And it's been really powerful. It's been so powerful that I get so much into that feeling place of what I'm growing into or expanding into. Um, I get so into it that lately I've had to do a lot of deep breathing because it feels like a lot to embody and then do energy work. And I've mentioned this before, but sometimes when things are so good and I feel so good, it's hard for me to deal with that because it's not my historically that's not my normal resting place. Yeah, so I've had to do energy work in order to be able to acclimate to feeling better. And once again, break out the world's smallest violin because my life keeps getting better. But I say it to you not to brag, never. I say it to you because doing energy work, that's right, folks. It is a thing, and you can do it too if you are interested. If you don't want to do it for yourself, I get it. Feel free to hit me up for a session. Um, yeah, but I love the idea of people not getting dependent. Like when the shit hits the fan, I don't want anybody to be dependent on me doing a session because sessions are exhausting. Like I'm happy to do them, but it takes up a lot of my day. Like even if it's just an hour-long session, it takes up a lot of energy for my day. So I really want you to learn how to do it yourself. So it is 11:11 here, and let's look at this monkey taken as picture taken, I believe, in Thailand by my friend Mandy. So let's go ahead and look at that. Make a wish wherever you are. I don't care what time it is where you are. Let's make a wish. Okay, wish made. Okay. Ooh, yay. Mary Ann is here. So, hey, Mary Ann. Hey. Oh my God. That looks like an old 80s picture. I can't see it from here. I'm curious who is in the picture with you, Marianne. But most importantly, let's get to your theme song. And you know how much I love your theme song. Um, Here we go.
Marianne, Marianne has a fabulous pair of cans. Calling once made a cake, but there is no mistake. Hey, hey, let's welcome Marianne. Welcome.
Welcome. Yay. Oh, hey. Okay, I'm having trouble with my mouse. The original Neo. Hey, Jamie. Hey. Well, just so you know, Marianne loves her theme song. And let's get to Jamie's theme song. God, I hope it made it on here. Ugh. I thought I transferred all the songs. Oh, I did. Here you go, Jamie.
She's a neighbor we love and was sent from above. It's Jamie. Hey, Jamie.
Okay, sorry, the volume wasn't up very much. Next song should be louder. Okay, so what else did I want to say? And Art and Erica say, Marianne has a great pair of cans. Best line ever. Thank you. I like it too. Yeah. Da, 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 da. So feeling into what I want to feel. So I highly recommend it because I truly believe that if we can get into the feeling place first, rather than like, okay, when this happens, and then I can be happy, is an inefficient way to go about it. So if you can work yourself up into a frenzy of the vibe that you're looking for, it really, really makes a difference. Like for realsies. So, all right. Okay. So enough on that. Um, da, da, da. Okay. So this week I got my forward back from my very good friend and fellow magical healer, Natalie, Reverend Dr. Natalie, excuse me. And when I got it in an email, Dave read it out loud to me, and I was tearing up, I think from the first sentence. So it's just really lovely. And is just yet another aspect of this book, Drink, um, that I have to acclimate to, uh, accepting there's a lot of power behind it. There's, yeah, this it's just full of magic. It's all full of magic. It seems to be, as my mom and I would always say when we would tear up, like, oh, it's getting dusty in here. And it really is dusty in here because this is the dustiest place we've ever lived, ever. And who has two thumbs and doesn't do a lot of dusting? This guy. Yeah. No one's going to accuse me of being the world's best house cleaner. However, well, I'll just say it. Blanca came over. She's the one who got the pendulum. Blanca. Yeah. Anyway, and she commented on how clean our house was. And then me being me, like a dummy, I'm like, well, look at that, and look at that, and look at the cobwebs up in the very tall window that we can't reach. And yeah. So quick to point out my my flaws or whatever. Okay, blah blah blah. Forward, lovely. Yeah. Oh, and before we get to Coop, I'm just gonna talk about so one of the things that I struggle with is, I know I'm not alone, I have really tight hamstrings. And I'm always trying to like bend over and like really like stretch them, or sit down on the ground and really try to stretch them out. And I always feel like I'm getting nowhere. And I've done this twice now, so I'm glad I'm talking about it to remind myself to do it after the show. I'm going to try to do this on a daily basis and see what happens. So yesterday I checked in and asked with my pendulum, is there something energetic that we can clean up regarding the tightness in my hamstrings? And all I was led to was to do some Ho'oponopono. And I've talked about Ho'oponopono in the past, and it's basically cleaning up. You say these 4 lines, and it's basically cleaning up whatever is in me that's creating whatever I'm looking at. Anyway, and that's all that showed up, that I needed to do some Ho'oponopono regarding the tightness in my hamstrings. So I did like 4 or 5, 6 rounds of it out loud and checked in with my pendulum and got that was it. And I've done this one other time before. I don't remember what showed up magically, but one thing showed up and I got that was it. And so I went and like just bent over and it was easier. It's like, okay. And then I got on the floor and it was easier. And it's like, I'd gotten to the point where I couldn't even straighten my legs out all the way and bend over to stretch. It was just like too much. Now I could have my legs straight and bend over, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, wow, what a big girl, you can bend over. Yay you, Colleen. Well, yay me for reals, because I got out my pendulum, did some energy work, and then I had more movement in my tight hamstrings. So anyway, I've decided that I'm going to do just a little check-in every day for several days and see where it takes me. Because I could almost touch the floor with straight legs after I did that one round. So I'm really excited to do it again. And just a reminder, Ho'oponopono is very simple. If you want to get into it, you might want to read about it, like Google it. You can find information anywhere. And all you do is say, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Very simple. You can do that in your head. I like to do it out loud because I think there's magic in our voices. So that being said, but if you're having a panic attack or something and you're at the grocery store and you're stuck in the middle of a long line and you kind of feel like you can't get out, just quietly in your head say, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Another thing you can try is to tap just that little like alcove right behind your ear. And I think I'm getting this right. Yeah, it's your 10th cranial nerve that travels down through your brain, and it goes to organs. It goes to all different things. It's called the vagus nerve, and it's the traveler, not the gambler. It's different spelling. And it's closest. It travels closest to the outside of your body, right here. And if you just kind of lightly tap on it, it can help kind of calm down your heart rate, calm down everywhere that the vagus nerve travels to. And and what's funny about that, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but it's worth another mention. Gosh, probably like not 15 years ago. It's been a long time. It's not even on our record anymore. But Dave and I got into a lot of debt from trying to start our business back in 2007. Anyway, and so we filed for bankruptcy, which turned out to be the smartest thing we could have done. Turns out so many people that we mentioned it to were like, yeah, I did that too, and it was great. Like, no one talks about it. And I could go off on another tangent, but read the book, drink. Yeah, and so when we had our, I forget what it's called, but you meet with a bunch of, you get a time, like a window of time, you show up to wherever it was, downtown, some fancy building, and you go into a room with the other designated debtors for that time period, and you just kind of, you don't know who's gonna be who, you don't know in what order you're going to be called up in front of everybody and state your case or whatever. It's very simple and super boring, super boring. And as soon as the first person was called up, they were asked to state their name and their address. I think that was it. And maybe spell your name or spell your address, whatever it was, to be recorded. And I heard that, like, I was great going in. I was like fully in alignment with this. But as soon as I heard that we were going to have to like say something out loud, like when my brain freezes up, I'm not remembering numbers, I'm not remembering names. And so I was freaking out and I was thinking, oh, hell no, this does not work. What can I do? What can I do? You know, I'm just sitting there. I can't do shit. But I remembered an episode of Star Trek Next Generation, and the brilliant Captain Jean-Luc Picard, part of his inner sanctum was an empath, whose name I forget right now. Anyway, and so there was a character named Reg, I remember that much, and he went to the empath for some counseling, and Reg was having trouble phasing in and out. You'd get real freaked out in that middle place of being one place to another. You know, that's my description of phasing in and out. Anyway, I'm not a science fiction person at all, but I did enjoy Star Trek Next Generation because I threw a bone to Dave that I would watch it when we were first married. Anyway, yeah, so she's an empath. And so Reg was freaking out. And so she said, take 2 fingers and tap here. And I'm like, okay, I know that that's where the vagus nerve is closest to the body. And so when I'm sitting in this group of debtors freaking the fuck out, I was like so worried somebody was going to see me. Who gave a fuck? Everyone was there for their own personal, like, oh, yeah. And so I just tapped. And then I felt fine. And then next thing you know, we got called up. Ours took maybe 3 to 5 minutes. There was nothing to say. Our lawyer was there. There was nothing. And then we were released and we went and had beers at the Shakespeare Pub in San Diego. Anyway, to celebrate. Okay. So thank you, Artica. Counselor Troy. Deanna Troy. That's right. Oh, and Blanca is here. Okay, so all right, so let's go ahead and get to Blanca's theme song. Here you go.
Blanca, oh Blanca, thank you for showing up today. Yay!
Yay Blanca. Okay. Ooh, Leslie's here too. Good morning, Leslie. All right, let's find your song. Let's find it. It's here somewhere. Where are you? There you are. Here you go.
Hey, it's Leslie. I'm so glad that you are here. Hey.
You gotta love the dismounts. Okay, you gotta love them. All right, and we're just gonna do this again in case you missed our my earlier announcement today. Today's sponsor is Stands to Reason for pulpits, lecterns, easels, and I'm not sure if I'm saying this right, dioceses. Yeah, so anything you can stand up against, these are your people. So contact them and mention Magic Mondays for a free padded mat to stand on. That's right. When you're standing at your lectern, diocese, easel, etc., you want a padded mat. You also probably want some good wow, it just fell out of my head. Poof. I'm poofing myself right now because I can't think of the word. Okay. And oh, this just in as well. So if you're not watching and you're only listening, you should be looking at the screen right now because just this morning, right before the show started, I discovered that you can make anything into a ticker. That's right, like a ticker tape. This just in, you're awesome. So I'm going to leave that up for a second. Okay. So mentioned that. Yeah. Okay. I think we are ready for Coop. Okay. I don't want to watch that scrolling anymore. It's going to make me crazy. So enough on that. Okay. So let's go ahead and get ready for Coop. Coop. Here we go.
Ooh, ooh, we're catching up with Coop.
We're catching up with Coop. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Coop.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. How are you? How was your weekend?
It was good. I actually went out on Saturday night, and Jake and Bill Wood and Alex and another Paul and a guy named Phil, and assorted other girlfriends and wives and whatnot, and we had dinner at Chicago Fire Pizza and went to see the Brodies play at
Wow.
at Harlow's. Well, actually, they have an upstairs room called the Starlit Room is where they played. Little tiny. There's like a stage and a bar and like.
Where's that?
J Street.
J
Both
Street.
of them are on
Okay.
J Street. Like, yeah.
I used to have my first office was on J Street.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, in Midtown.
It was a pretty cool little neighborhood.
Oh, and Leslie was my landlord.
Whoa, that's weird.
Leslie and her husband. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, so that was fun. And yesterday I laid around and watched the Niner game, and it's just been really. That's why I'm wearing my beanie. It's just been really cold lately. It's like it got down to about 30 degrees last night, which is a little chilly, and highs are in the 40s today. It's sunny, but it's still the wind is blowing, and I have giraffes, and so yeah, I have 2 shirts on and my beanie. So
Yeah. And these colder days, I've still been doing my. I don't take a cold shower. Like I don't take it like, oh, I'm going to be in there for 5 minutes with freezing cold. No. Plus, I'm not in the shower for 5 minutes. That sounds really wasteful to me. Yeah, I'm usually in the shower for the length of an old Eminem song. But I play a couple songs on shuffle, and usually it just takes me less than one song. But anyway, but I start it out cold and turn it immediately to hot, but it takes like a good minute to get there. So
yeah.
I get good and cold.
What I do, I'll like, well, not every day, but yeah, stay there when it's cold initially and let it warm up on me, because I found that a lot of times I would wait till the end of my shower and after being hot, and then I'll turn it down before I get out, which actually is good for like, because sometimes I get so hot in the shower, I get out and I'm like sweating,
Yeah.
So yeah, but sometimes it's too easy for me to like bail on the cold part. It's like, I'll do it next time. So if I don't do the cold part first, there's a lower chance I'll actually do it later. So, but I find it's so surprising how much that really does seem to help. Me just even just motivating and getting little things done, like bending over, picking up a piece of trash on the ground or whatever. Just it helps doing the little things for me.
Do you have a battle cry by any chance?
Well, yeah, I used to shout Geronimo. Which is like a Doctor Who thing. Doctor Who, and then he would say "Allons-y," which is some French thing. I can't remember. Like "Here we go" or something like that. So I alternate between those Doctor Who shouts.
My battle cry is badass.
Okay.
And for me, like, so I put on a loud song, and then I look at the thing and I go badass, and and because it's really close, because we just have a tiny little stall
Yeah,
shower.
I have two showers, but I use the enclosed stand-up one. That's like a hexagon. Like,
Ooh, fancy.
I can't really like bend up. Like, yeah, I guess I can bend over, but that's about it. There's not a lot of other room. I'm constantly hitting the door and popping it open.
Oh, well, but just in case anybody wants to consider taking a cold shower, how I do it is, I just do it every time. Like, and sometimes I even think, well, today I'm feeling wussy and I'm not going to do it. And then once I get in there, I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going to do it. Like, because it's really, for me personally, I can't speak for anybody else, but for me personally, once it's like just that initial, it's the anticipation that is the most painful for me. And once it starts going, I'm just moving around and like getting my hair all wet and soaping up. And usually I can soap up and even do a little rinsing before it turns cold. And almost immediately, to me, it's no big deal. And I think I could just keep it cold. But I also like the idea of contrasting. So start cold, then I do the rest warm, and then I end with cold. And I call that a backdoor badass, which I have a little song. Want to hear it? Here it goes. Backdoor badass, I'm a backdoor badass. Say what? Backdoor badass, I'm a backdoor badass. Hey, whatever. It's different every time. We have a message. Let's just see what that is. Oh, so Leslie wants you to know Harlow's was in the next block from the building that she owned and I worked in.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you're right down
Did I
there.
ever go to Harlow's? I don't think so. Anyway,
we also had some drinks at Lock and Key. So like a bar tapas place next door.
So do people still go to, well, back in the day, my big thing was Fox and Goose and Old Ironsides. Seeing
I was
bands
just
at Old
wondering if they're
Ironsides.
still around. Because I know, like, I used to go to the Pine Cove a lot. It was like a bar above a liquor store. Yeah, I have no idea if it's still there. I can't imagine it is. I thought there was a fire and they were going to reopen, but I don't know if it ever did. So.
Oh, I have a question for you before I forget, and I know everyone's totally intrigued with this. I'm kidding. The Brodies. You mentioned the Brodies. Like, how long have they been together?
Well,
like 30 years.
Well, since Whiskey Park, which is early 90s.
Because Brodies, aren't they? Were they free beer?
Free beer originally.
Great band name for a college band. Yeah.
And they became Whiskey Park. They tried to become sort of serious, and then
like, heroin.
A couple of guys went and got like real jobs and that kind of thing. Well, actually, they all did eventually. But so like Tony, the lead guy, his main band is a band called Nickel Slots. They play more often because they want to, and the guys that are in the Brodies don't want to play so often. So they don't really play as much as say Nickel Slots does or whatever. But they come out with a new CD. So that was like their kickoff tour, I guess.
Wow.
So, but it's been 30 years it's been going. They've been like Tony, because he wears these sunglasses with only one lens in them. This weird baby dolls and just all kinds of just weird shtick they've been doing for a long, long time. It was really kind of fun to see again. So,
did you ever go to see Pounded Clown with us? Ever?
Pounded Clown. That sounds really familiar. Why is it?
Yeah, my favorite bands back in the day were Pounded Clown, as in pounding a clown, not like having sex with a clown, but pounding it because clowns are horrible. And the Horny Mormons.
Horny Mormons. That's another. Yeah, were they like local sack bands? Pounded Clown. I remember you talking about them for sure. I don't think I ever saw them.
Yeah, I love them. And Dave Downey was the lead singer, and they had a horn section. They were great, but and he would often dress up like a woman. And there was one night, drunk. I was very much aware of what I was doing. I was never a blackout drunk person. I was just a really good drinker. Anyway, and making out with Dave at the like he's dressed as a woman, I was a woman, dressed as a woman, making out at the bar once.
Cool.
So that's my closest lesbian experience. Sorry to disappoint anybody, not even in college. Yeah, not my thing. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just I'm painfully straight. I know, boring. Yeah.
So vanilla.
Yeah. I still listen. Occasionally I'll find Horny Mormons or Pounded Clown somewhere to listen to because I love them so much. Anyway, not to brag, but I did get together once with I don't need to go down. But one of the guys from the Horny Mormons. Yeah. And I remember he had I can't think of the right word, but he did not like to bathe. Didn't stop me from doing things with him. Yeah, he was in a band and he was funny. And yeah. Okay, well, now that we've gone down that road.
I have one general question for the audience. I wonder who had trouble sleeping last night? I'm just curious. Because yeah, me and I talked to 3 other people today so far, and they all had really crappy night's sleeps for various reasons. Like one, it was their cat was going nuts, and another person was just they were worried about work. But yeah, I don't know why, but I was sleeping in fits last night, so I just was curious if there. I don't know. A lot of times somebody told me once it's when it's really windy and stuff, they have trouble sleeping. That they the wind builds up like a negative ionic charge on things, which static electricity basically. That kind of fucks them up. So I don't know.
Well, Art America. Oh, why can't I do this right? They had trouble sleeping for sure. Well, what's interesting to me is Dave and I both slept well last night, which kind of hasn't been the case so much lately. So maybe we took everyone's good sleeping energy and hogged it all up. Because that's
or something that prevented, protected you from whatever was happening to most people.
So. I don't know, but it was really nice to not be like, ugh, it's only 1 in the morning and we still have 7 hours. Usually if I'm sleeping well, it's like, ooh, or back in the day when I would like wake up depressed, it's like, oh, good, I still have 7 hours. Yeah, anyway, blah, blah, blah. How about we get to some magic?
Yeah.
Or do you have anything else to?
No, I don't. In fact, it's already, I was just checking the clock and we're well into magic time, so we should go.
So Blanca said she moved everything yesterday and slept good. And Marianne says, I have trouble sleeping every night. Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, I've been there.
Wonder what that's about, Marianne. Yeah, I've always been a good sleeper until menopause hit. And yeah, so I'm not having like hot flashes all the time now, but I haven't gotten fully back into sleeping great. Menopause is a lot of fun. If you're not there yet, trust me, it's a blast. A blast of like you have a fucking furnace in the middle of you and you can't escape it. You just have to wait it out.
So that's what you mean by not a blast, a fun blast, but like a blast furnace.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, I heard that's so much fun.
Yeah. Well, Marianne, I would imagine you've been there because we are the same age. Yeah. So, and Marianne, I'm curious if you're going to go to the 40th high school reunion this year. I am not. There are a few people I'd love to see, but the last one I went to was that 25th? Has it been that long? And I'm not going to do that again. 30th? Maybe it was the 30th. That was the most tired I've ever been, was just, well, being an empath and being around all these people I once knew. And yeah, and introducing Pat Gray. So Pat Gray was my first, wrong hand. I can't do it. Wow. But that was like, sometimes I think, God, Colleen, stop being like this. And then I'm like, how can I stop? I'm not going to stop now. I'm almost 58 next month, less than a month. Yeah. But seeing Pat Gray, who was my first blowjob, and introducing him as my first blowjob, meet my hopefully last blowjob. Same thing when my now deceased boyfriend Doug, rest in peace, Doug. When Dave met him, well, there was another first there, little backdoor action. Anyway, whatever. My first and my last of another thing. Okay, let's get to some magic. But Marianne said, "Oh, Liz, tell Liz I said hi." Talked about it and decided to pass on it. Yeah. You never know who's going to be there. Yeah, the last one was incredibly healing because I was so happy that people were nice to Craig Barron, who I remember being teased relentlessly in school, and it always bothered me. And but he was treated like a fucking king and had a blast, and thank God. So that was worth the price of admission for me. Okay, well, I think we've covered some really important things. So let's do a little bit of magic. And as always, feel free to contact me if there's anything magic related I can do for you. My website is energyhealingwithcolleen.com. And if you want to stay in touch, I highly recommend you sign up for my weekly newsletters. Yeah, I'm getting really busy with some other stuff in addition to the magic thing. And this is a great way to always stay in touch because, God damn it, I'm going to create that email every week, no matter what, even if it's just me saying, hey. But so far, let's just say they've all been, I think all 42 of them have been delightful.
Yes.
And if you don't think so, well, you know what you can do. You know what you can do. Oh, and also, this just in as well. Magical day, but maybe we should save that till the end. I'm just a little too excited about my new ticker tape option. Once again, today's sponsor is Stands to Reason. Stands to Reason. Okay, so
right back. You gotta let my dog out. He won't let us get through this. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah. So while Coop is doing let's go ahead and for those of you who are playing, we're going to do a little grounding, and let's pick a chakra. Let's go with. Well, you're not going to find this chakra if you Google it, but what's shown up repeatedly in my work is, and I don't know where it's located, but your magic chakra. So we're going to go with our magic chakra. And what color is the magic chakra? I'm going to go with rainbow colored. So if you want to play along, sit or lay down comfortably, close your eyes, don't be driving, don't be silly. Close your eyes. And let's picture our magic chakras, that rainbow color, emanating out from our bodies, out into, well, let's just say the far reaches of the universe. So infinitely sharing your information out to the universe. We're also sharing that with energy. Stop yelling because the heater finally turned off. It was like blasting. Anyways, we're sending some of that energy, our magic chakra energy, down into beautiful Gaia, Mother Earth. And we're creating some nice, long, deep roots in Gaia. And we're also bringing up some of her beautiful magical energy. Well, we open up our crown chakras, allowing in the cosmic energy to meet up with Gaia energy, creating an interface between heaven and earth through us. Okay, so that being said, let's put out a wow. Okay, so let's put out a call for any stuck souls, aka dead people that might be attached to us, that need an exit strategy to the light, care of my good friend Jesus. So so putting out the call, if there's any dead people watching, with anybody watching now or in the future, this is for you. This is your ride to the light. So my name is Colleen. Yes. My name is Bob. No. Okay, good. So are there any dead people that are ready and willing to move on to the light? Yes. Okay. Would Jesus be our best escort? Yep. Jesus, are you ready? Yep. Okay. Give us a moment. Say goodbye to your little dead friends. There we go. Have we successfully released all dead people that are ready to move on to the light? Both now and in the future? Yep. Okay. So we're complete with that? Yep. Thanks, Jesus. Okay. So let's see what we might work on for the group today, magic-wise. Okay. So there's something energetic to do for the group today? Yes. This is on my master menu? Yes. This is in column A? Yes. In an odd numbered row? No. In row 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay. The ever popular either frozen negative emotion or atrophied positive emotion. All right. So this is frozen negative emotional energy. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what shows up on my negative emotion chart, which will be included in the book Drink. Okay. This is in column A. No. Column B. Yippers. What did I say about yippers? Okay. So column B, an odd numbered row. Yes. This is in row 1. Yes. In row 3. No. Okay. Frustration. Well, I know I never get frustrated. So, but if any of you little people do, yeah. Oof. Where do I get frustrated? Okay. So, do we need to understand where this frustration is being held for us in order to release it? Nope. Is this energy of frustration ready to be released for the group watching now and in the future? Yep. Okay. This is safe and appropriate from the light. Yep. Are we ready? We are. So we're sending that energy, that vibration, that frequency of frustration that any of us are holding. We're going to send that all to the light. And then in the spaces of our energy field where we were holding this frustration, we're going to fill those spaces up with energy of forgiveness, energy of peace, calm, and serenity, energy of understanding, compassion, which definitely includes compassion for ourselves as humans, because this gig is not easy. How about energy of freedom and relief? And we'll top it off with a dollop of love. Okay, so have we successfully cleared this energy of frustration for the group? Yes. Okay, I'm sorry. I just realized I'm doing this wrong. I get that it's cleared, but what we were looking for is frozen frustration, not trapped energy of frustration. So congratulations on any trapped energy of frustration that we released, but let's get back to the frozen. So have we successfully released a frozen frustration? No. We released some trapped frustration? Sure. Okay. So frozen is a different ball of wax. So let me get to where I need. So regarding this frozen energy of frustration, is it ready? Nice vampire cough. Okay, so is this frozen energy of frustration ready and willing to be thought out and reintegrated? No. Okay. So, all right. Is there something we can do or something we need to know about this frozen frustration? Yes. Do we need to know where we're holding this frustration? We do. Okay, that's a different ball of wax. So, so we're holding this throughout our entire beings? No. Our entire energy field? No. Our entire bodies? I get a yes on bodies, so that's what we're going to go with. So this frozen energy of frustration is ready and willing to be defrosted and reintegrated. Yes, we're going to use a bypass circuitry for that. Okay. So just a reminder, the bypass circuitries are handled by Mother Earth Gaia. Hey, Gaia, hey. And I see them as pattern disruptors. So will this be included in the book? Drink? Yes. After you're done drinking, just know that it will be. Okay, so this bypass circuitry we're going to use is in column A, column B, column C. Yes. Okay, in an odd numbered row. No. In row 2. Yes. Okay, magnifying serenity. Hell to the yeah. Okay, so Gaia, are you ready to facilitate the revelation of this bypass circuitry, thereby disrupting the pattern of this frozen energy of frustration for whoever needs it, watching now and in the future? Yep. This is safe and appropriate from the light? Yep. Are we ready? We are. Okay, let's just give Gaia a moment. All right, so Gaia, have you successfully facilitated the revelation of this bypass circuitry, thereby disrupting the pattern of this frozen energy of frustration for the group, watching now and in the future? Yep. Thanks, Gaia. You're awesome. All right. So, is there something else to do for the group today, magic-wise? Yes. This is on my master menu. No. Okay. Are we going to do some Ho'oponopono? Okay. We are going to do some Ho'oponopono. All right. Do we need to know the subject matter we're going to do this on? Nope. So we're going to do about 4 rounds. Will that cover it? Yep. Okay. So are we ready? This is safe and appropriate from the light for whoever needs it. Yep. Okay. Well, if you're at home, feel free to do it. Well, you do you. You don't have to do anything, but might be some good practice. Like, seriously, this is such a great tool. It's freelicious. You can do it at any time in your head or out loud. And once again, I like to do it out loud because I think it just bumps up the power of it. Okay, so that being said, and this is about cleaning up in you, whatever it is you're working on. So you might be seeing the homeless person on the street and you get real like, oh, about it. I do all the time. And it's cleaning up in you whatever is contributing to them, whatever you're seeing in the world. I know it sounds weird. You can look more into it online if you really want to understand it. But all you really need to know, I think, is to say these words. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please
Please
forgive
forgive me.
me. Thank
Thank
you. I love you. I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Please forgive me. Thank
Thank
you. Oh, good on you, Coop. All right. All right. So let's see if that's enough. So is that enough Ho'oponopono for now? It is. Okay. Is there something else to do for the group before we're done here today? Yes. This is on my master menu. Yes. This is in column A. Yes. In an odd numbered row. Yes. In row 1. Yes. Row monkey? No. Okay, good. So it is row, it's not row monkey, which would indicate something else is going on. Okay, so we're looking at a negative portal that needs to be taken care of. And a negative portal in my world means, at the very least, an energetic leak that needs to be handled, or it's a direct line to Shitsville, USA, something you don't want. So, however you want to look at it, let's take care of it. So, this is a dimensional spiral portal. No, this is what I playfully call a seal 'em up. Yep. Okay. This is in column A. Yes. In an odd numbered row. Yes. In row 1, 3, 5. Okay. A confusion portal. All right. So it's safe and appropriate to seal up this confusion negative portal for the group. Yes. This is safe and appropriate from the light. We're ready. Okay. So if you're playing along, just relax. You can't do it wrong. Here we go. All right. Have we successfully sealed up this confusion negative portal for whoever needs it? Yes. Okay. So, is there one more thing we can do magic-wise today for the group? Yes. Okay. This is on my master menu here. This is in column A. No. In column B. Yeah. In an odd numbered row. Yes. In row 1, 3, 3. Okay, so that takes us to shared chakras. So the idea behind this is that you and another person, more than likely, would have an entanglement. So shared chakra sounds romantic, or yay, this is with my friend. No, if it shows up, I don't care who it shows up with. If it shows up with the person you love most in the world, you still need to disentangle that shit so everyone can feel their own stuff. And if you're an empath, you probably, yeah, these can be gnarly. Let's just say that. And this is a great skill to learn if you ever choose to. Okay, So we have, as a group, we have a shared first chakra to deal with together. Nope. Second, third, fourth, fourth. Okay, so entangled heart chakra energies. So that being said, it's safe and appropriate and from the light for whoever needs it today or in the future to separate, disentangle our heart chakras from whoever they're entangled with. Yes. Once again, safe and appropriate from the light. Are we ready? We are. Here we go. You just realize. As I've mentioned before, there have been times when I've had I'm like completely just like messed up and check in, and it's because I have a shared chakra with somebody who is messed up. Yeah, and then in my experience, almost immediate relief when their energy is given back to them. Yeah, so have we successfully separated our heart chakras from whoever we needed to separate them from? Yes. Okay, is that a good place to stop today? Yep. Okay. So, yeah, so that went fast for me anyway.
It always does, doesn't it?
Right?
Yes.
Magical. Yeah, so, oh, this just in. Have a magical day. So any closing words, Coop?
Just have a good week, everybody. It's New Year's finally over. I think holidays are done, and so yeah, it's time to get a little bit of traction and start manifesting things. So I'm ready.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of magic in this year. I mean, like numerology wise and astrologically, there's a lot of this is a big year. Yeah, so that being said, I hope you all have a fabulous week. I hope to see you next week. Please like and subscribe. I guess I'm supposed to say those things, which always feels weird to me. Anyway, oh, wow, you just got in at the last second, Laura. So, Laura, let's see where your theme song is real quick, because you don't want to have the whole week without it.
My theme song is one of the highlights of my week, I must admit. So,
oh, thanks.
You don't want to rob anybody.
So Laura, yeah. It's Laura, and Laura is here. Hi, Laura.
Hi, Laura. And so Yvonne and Art and Erica say thank you. And I don't know who this is, but hey, Regis, hey, I don't have a theme song for you, but keep tuning in. I'll make you one.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. I like Regis's Facebook picture there.
I know, I do too. What kind of dog is that? Do you think?
I don't know.
Well, there's certain kinds of dogs that just have the most handsome faces. I don't know if they're pit bulls or they're just like so human and just.
Yeah. No, that's a very handsome dog.
That's a good looking dog. Okay. So that being said, before I say anything else, I love you all. I hope you have a fabulous week, and I very much look forward to seeing you next week. So let's send us off with my beautiful theme song, if I could get there. I have a lot to struggle. It's amazing I do as well as I do. Trust me. Okay, anyway, I love you. I love you, Coop. I'll see you next week.
Thanks for being here, everybody.
Bye, guys.
You are magic, magic.